Hello friends, it's Bonnie from Lazy Deer Wildflower Farm here in the shade of the maples. I'm kind of figuring out this camera setting for our little fun make and take here. Demonstration, really. Let's see if I can get this just right so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I forgot to have scissors. Okay, so this is a live. I'm going to be making an what's called eco floristry, but let's say it's earth friendly, 100% biodegradable wreath. I was going to make posies today, but I changed my mind when I saw in my barn this funky shaped wreath that I had made last year, waiting for some fun. So it's not, I'm just going to tell you, imperfectly perfect is a wonderful thing. It does not have to be the perfect shape. It can have some sticky things coming out of it too. Just going to tuck this up in there for a little bit more security. But see how that's like a wonky shape? I'm going to use that. I have some moss, that living moss that I harvested last week here on the farm. It's a friendly moss that will grow quickly. I have some natural jute twine, scissors, snips, kokedama that I made. And then I have over here, I have a bunch of native flowers. So in this live, I will post this also on the online. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see your questions. So if you post questions in the comments below, I will answer them afterwards. I'll move the flowers so I can access them. Here go the flowers. Woohoo! And I'll tell you what I have in here. In just a second. Let's see if I can flip this around so I can see your questions, because when I watch a live video, I really do like to have some questions. So we'll see. We'll see if we can do this now. Let's see. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. We'll see if I'll be able to see your questions this way. There we go. We'll see. How's that go? We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Can't really see the table. I'm underneath my 200-year-old maple trees, and the cicadas are singing. It's a beautiful day for something like this. So I'm going to tell you about the flowers that I have that I collected this morning. I have some beautiful clustered mountain mint. I have some forsythia. I swear when my forsythia bush sees me coming, it just goes, oh no, not you again. I'm trying to cut it back because it's gotten quite large in my garden. And then in this bunch, ooh, look at this. Let's get a little closer. It's a little bit closer so you can see, and so that I can see if you ask any questions. La, 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 la. There we go. That might work. We'll see. We shall see, my friends. Bear with me, would you? Thanks. So I have some Orlea. This is Orlea grandifolia, white finch Orlea. It's not native, but I do love it. Some beautiful purple cone flowers. Some Anise hyssop is in here as well. There's some wild bergamot that has been pollinated, so it has this really cool seed head on it forming. I like my own, when I create for myself, I really like my bouquets and arrangements to look like a living garden. So I like things that are in process of living and creating more seeds. I have some Rudbeckia hirta, orange cone flowers. I have some cute snapdragons. Aren't they sweet? Rawr, rawr. I love them. Yeah, can't resist that one. I also have some what's called lavantana, I believe. I have some daisy fleabane. I have some early sunflowers, Heliopsis helithinoides. I also have some status. Now, I grow status especially for making gnomes and flower crowns with. And I think there's some aspen in here, a bunch of other little things. So we'll see what I can create on the fly here this morning. And I don't think that I'm going to be able to answer any questions, but we're going to try it. We'll see. You'll have to let me know how this goes. So the sun has shifted a little bit. So we'll put put us over here in the shade just a little bit more so that you can see the forestry a little bit better on this fun little live. Here we go. There's the meadow. And here are the old maple trees, the Four Sisters as they are called. And that's where we are under. Having us a lovely time, I hope. I hope you're having a lovely day today. So this morning, I did a bunch of harvesting in the garden. I did some planting out. I did some weeding, unfortunately. But now it's fun just to be creating something. So on my new picnic table that my friend Rachel gave me, you sweetheart you. So with your wreath, let's get this so you can see what I'm doing, because you don't need to see me talking. You need to see what I'm creating, right? So here we go. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let's see. There. So here's our wreath. There is our wreath. Okay, so this wreath, well, let's just do it this way. Sorry, I'm not used to this yet. I usually just create things in secret. So what we're going to do is, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your wreath form. Now this could be made with anything, friends. You can use some twine, you can use, not twine, you can use branches of anything in your garden. As you just want them to be a little bit flexible. And you're just going to like twine them round and round and round, and that's it. That it's so simple, in and amongst itself. So you don't have to go out and buy a grapevine wreath from a Hobby Lobby or something like that. You don't have to do that. Super, super easy to make. I mean, if you have some shrubs or something in your garden, you can easily make a grapevine wreath. And if you try it, you stumble a little bit because it's your first time, it takes a little, maybe 1 or 2 times making the round form. Just send me a message or give me a call. My phone number's on my website, lazydirtflowerfarm.com, and I'll help you through it. We'll do a live, Zoom. But this is my moss that I collected. So I'm going to just put it in some water, get it hydrated. This is the secret to a long-lasting flower wreath without any foam. That's the nice thing. If you can have this, pick your side. I think this side is kind of interesting to have above, right there. I think we'll do the weird shape. We'll let like a tear shape thing. Is that it's biodegradable. You can reuse it over and over again. It doesn't hurt anything, and you can just plop it right into your garden when you're all done with it. But this wreath form I will use for the rest of the summer, probably even into December for my wreath, for my Christmas wreaths. So all you do, you'll see there's no foam on this, right? There's absolutely no foam on this. It's all just moss, natural. No one's going to see the back. I mean, if you have a fancy door, I don't have a fancy door. I have a door that, just gets bumped with every kind of box and all sorts of stuff. But if I had a door that I didn't want to get marked up, I would just take the moss and wrap it onto the back. See that? And then your door won't get scraped up. So all I'm going to do is, I know they make it look so hard and make it intimidating that, how could you possibly start? How could you do this? You have to go out and buy it. You don't have to go out and buy it. You're a creative, intelligent person. You can make this yourself and for fun. Don't worry about, it looking like something out of Better Homes and Gardens because, with AI and everything, you just want to be creative and have fun. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do my first tie. That's my first tie. I'm also going to go around the back. So I put my moss on too early. See, no judgment. You're creating. We're creating as we go. That is so much fun. And sometimes if you have a hard time letting go of the perfection and, oh, it's not perfect. It's got to be this way. Sometimes it's good to just tell yourself you're only 5 years old. You are a mad scientist. And you can experiment with what you're doing. So I'm going to just do my loop here. And make a loop nice and tight because I'm going to really, I have a lot of flowers. And I'm going to just stuff it. Okay? So there we go. There's my tie. I'm probably think I'm going to just use the vine to hang up. So I'm going to just take, all you do is you take your moss, lay it on there, and wind it around really tight. Really, really tight. This is why at Christmas time, if you hear me say of carpal tunnel, this is one of the reasons. Because at Christmas time, I make so many of these wreaths with fresh flowers and dried flowers, gnomes, everything is hand tied. So usually by about December 1st, I have got carpal tunnel for a little bit. But it's so worth it because this can go right into your garden. I mean, and if you use willow, so say if you have some willow at home, you can use willow. And it will, when you put it into the garden, it will root. It definitely will root on you. And a wonderful benefit. You can dig it up in the spring, give it to friends. I mean, even 10-year-old willow, I guess, will root. So all you do is you go around really tight. You see, I'm not making any knots. I'm just going around the wreath form in the moss. It's all it's supposed to do. To just hold that moss in place. That's all it's doing. And I want to add a little bit more here because that's going to be fluffy. Oh, and look at this. Here's a good lesson. I just cut too short of string, but that's okay because it was easily to manage. So you just get yourself some more string. This is natural jute. So this too will decompose. You can never have too much jute around. Burlap, jute twine. I still have some of my father-in-law's from the 50s on a big wooden spool in the barn because I refused to get rid of it. Okay, so then all we do is we go around like this. There's your knot to start again. And that's it. Super, I mean, it's so easy and so fun. This was my reward because I'm going to be honest, my friend. Last night was not, I was not a sparkly person. I was tired and I have a concussion again. And I was not, let's just say I was not YouTube friendly. I went to bed at 7 o'clock. I just said, that's it. I'm done. Turning into an ugly pumpkin. I'm going to bed. I made myself a cup of tea and went to bed. Okay, so we're going to see this one little part right here? Now, here's a little tip. This, if it's hanging off, this is going to fall off your wreath as it dries out. So you can tuck it in and then just do an extra loop around that section. And you can see this side right here. I want this to be really, you want that to not be falling off because you're going to keep reusing this all spring. All summer, if you were making this in the spring, you'd use it right through to Christmas. I'm not kidding you. It's just amazing. All you do is, as you change flowers out, you just keep, you take the whole form, and I'll show you in a second. Let's get this thing tied off. So now we're at the end. We're at the end of the wreath where we're going to be tying. All you do is we're just going to take this and make it into a loop, and we're going to tie it off like tying your shoe. Super easy. Super easy. And maybe I'm going to take this and I'm going to tie it. See this? I'm going to tie this to the actual grapevine so that it's really tight. Now, as I use this, like I said, I will use this. I will probably use this right into next spring. As long as it holds together. This extra, I'm going to put in the compost. Okay. So there we have it. There's my wreath form. Super easy. So what will happen is this will get dry in between flowering. That's what I'm going to call it, flowering. Sticking fresh flowers in here. In between replacing those flowers, the foliage and the flowers, I'm going to moisten it. I'm just going to dip it into a pan of water or the sink or the shower, get the moss rehydrated, and put fresh flowers in there. You can also put dried flowers in there after, if the moss dries out. So let's get to the fun part, shall we? So I think I'm going to put this wreath, because it's like a teardrop. I think I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go like this. I think that's interesting, because then you have a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to do this. And let me flip this over so you can see exactly on top of the wreath as I make it. Let's see. We're going to go like this. Okay, there. There we go. That's better. There. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the foliage. And my foliage for today, my neighbors are very busy people today, is forsythia. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the edges have an angled cut, really sharp angle. And I have possibly someone here. So I'm going to have to end this live video, and I will come back and share on YouTube. Sorry. I'll be right there.